All right. So how has quarantine been treating you and the whole pandemic?
Um, True. I mean, I guess everybody's taking kind of a hit on this. It hasn't treated me very well yet, just because one, I don't have a fight, and then two, I guess my last fight, it got canceled the week of all when everything. I think it was like the second week of March when everybody started like making calls on calling off events and um all those kind of stuff was happening. Was like the week of my fight, and I was supposed to fight in Fury, um in Houston, Texas. So yeah, that's how that happened. So it's not. I mean, it's going well because I mean I'm staying positive, but I mean it hasn't treated me well yet. So
How has training been?
good. Training's been going good. I mean, it's kind of hard to stay motivated some days. In between workouts, driving to my workouts, it kind of gets like kind of sometimes I just gotta find it in me, and it's hard to it's hard to find it sometimes. Especially because of the pandemic. That's the main thing. It's kind of hard to stay motivated during this time, but got to get it done. I'm staying really optimistic, so I just have I'm trying to treat it like as if I have a fight. I just don't know it yet, so I got to keep training.
Are you training in Hawaii?
Yeah, I'm training in Hawaii.
What's the training there like, and how has everything been? Like, is are the gyms closed and stuff, or
I think it's starting to open up again, but we train at home. We have like a home gym. So our team is kind of it's just our family. So yeah, it's more like it's more just our family. So it's kind of a good thing. I mean, we didn't have to shut down anything. We've been like working out twice a day and stuff like that. So um, you probably know my cousin Ray Cooper. You probably heard of him. He's one of those big guys in PFL.
yep.
So so
So
that's that's who I train with.
what's it been like working with a beast like that, day in and day out?
Uh, it's very motivating, very motivating, very scary, um, but very at the same time very assuring of what we're doing.
So you touched a
So
little bit about fight there in Cage. Is it Fury? Sorry, Fury FC there
yeah.
in Texas. Describe the emotions that you felt. Obviously, you were supposed to fight, and then it got canceled, and then
Um, I guess I mean shoot, it was up and down. So it was basically like the Friday before we were supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave like on Monday or like Tuesday morning. Fight on that Friday or Saturday. Well, I don't know, but yeah. So it's Friday before the last work. Actually I just finished my last hard sprint routine that we have to go through during camps and stuff. It's the last really hard training, and from this day on, everything tapers down. Saturday morning, I get back, I get up. We have like I have something to go to that morning. I think Ray's baby shower. So that morning I get up, um, and then I get on the treadmill. Um, Normally what I would do like going into fight week or just getting to myself in that mode, get on the treadmill, keep the weight off, and then my management team they text me that they the guy my opponent pulled out, um my opponent pulled out, and then he sent the doctor's note or whatever. So I'm like kind of bummed, and I'm like halfway in the run itself. So like I was so I didn't know what to think because I didn't want to jump off the treadmill because there's possibility of a replacement, and they're floating that idea around. So I finish it off, but I'm just like, man, this seriously, like this is basically fight week. Yeah, this is basically fight week, and all the hard work is put in. So I just kind of, I don't know, I didn't know how to feel because I still might have a fight. That's just how the game is. So I go to this baby shower, and I'm like, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm not even eating. I have my meal. I'm not even eating all the good local food there, and I just like I keep thinking about it. I'm trying to like it races out of my mind and it comes back. Like, I gotta have an opponent, whatever. And then so they said they'll tell me like Sunday night, Saturday morning if they're still gonna fly me out or whatever. And then so Sunday night, I think Sunday night, or they keep trying to find guys. They don't find guys. And Sunday night, yeah, like shoot, man, like I want to eat. You know what I mean? It's getting close, but I still want to fight. And then they finally call like Sunday night that they're gonna call it off, or they're just not gonna fly me out there. You know, waste of time, too much time to, or not enough time to fly me out there and then get somebody, or they fly me out and not get somebody. So, whatever, we stay home. And then that day, that I think the whole event weighs in, and then Saturday morning, I mean, or whatever, Friday, they canceled the whole event. The Texas Athletic Mission canceled the whole event. So I'm like, it was not meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. My opponent was just helping me not go and waste time. So
it was very unfortunate too, because you had some momentum going into that fight. I mean, you picked up back-to-back wins for Bellator. I guess first things first, what was it like competing in Hawaii for an organization like Bellator? And secondly, why didn't you choose to continue fighting with Bellator, and why did you end up with Fury?
So I've been around a lot of promotions from a young age, and Icon Sport, Super Brawl, where else? Rumble on the Rock, and then I've been to a lot. Just been to a lot of young UFC events, like UFC. My uncle Ron fought UFCs, or like one UFC like I think 47, or not Randy Couture, Vitor Belfort. The PFL. So I mean, being around it, seeing it, the Bellator wasn't anything too familiar, and I expect to be there for myself. So I mean, of course, I love the whole experience and whatnot, but it wasn't that bad. I kind of expect those are the kind of expectations I have for myself, just to be in those big time moments, or big time moments being big time money. So and yeah, so I mean, it was definitely an experience itself, just to be at home from my first two Bellator fights, and I loved it. My family was with me, and just the whole experience was awesome. And then your second question was that why did I choose Fury FC? I think what happened is I didn't sign long term with Bellator, just because of, I think right after the first Bellator I had shoulder surgery, and then I had eye surgery. I had PRK done, and then so it was kind of up in the air at that time. My manager Brian Butler, he kept he floated the idea to me, and he was trying to push it to reach true. But then I immediately had to get surgery, so it kind of didn't happen. And then I was out the whole year until the next Bellator in Hawaii. Fought that Bellator Hawaii, came out healthy, and I don't know. This time too. It just didn't end up happening. And then Fury FC, my management came to me with the Fury FC opportunity. With I've seen a lot of good talent, or several guys come out of there, go to the UFC, and or Contender Series. So I thought it was a good idea to take the fight that they were offering me at the time.
So the Contender Series was just announced that it's going to start back up in August. Is that something that you've considered? Obviously, training hasn't been ideal, like you mentioned, but is that turnaround too soon for you if the opportunity were to arise?
No, not at all. I mean, shoot, I all I do is train full time, and I would love for anything to come up. I mean, any last minute opportunity, any fight. So I mean, this is how I make my money. So I would like to take any opportunity that comes, and I mean, I would love for a Contender Series too. So something I've been looking forward to. It's been on my it's been a goal of mine, one of my goals for the past couple of years now. I just had a couple setbacks with surgeries and stuff like that.
So when you think about Hawaii MMA, there's two big names that come to mind, BJ Penn and Max Holloway. But for a long time, it really was simply BJ Penn and then Brad Tavares. What do you think it'll take before you see like a big influx of Hawaiian MMA into the UFC, and maybe even enough to bring the UFC to Hawaii?
Actually, I think the influx of Hawaiian fighters in the UFC is kind of starting out right now. I mean, yeah, you got Max, Brad, yeah, like Louis Smoka, Martin Day, um,
Yancy Medeiros as well, yeah.
Yancy Medeiros, Maki Pitolo. Yeah, so you have a handful already in. And I think now everybody's just kind of realize, or not maybe realizing, but Hawaii fighters have been kind of seizing the opportunity that's been in front of them. Um, I think I think you just need the perfect matchup for a guy like Max right now to come to Hawaii. I mean, like something like Connor versus Max or something of that magnitude for it to come to Hawaii. I guess that I think that's what it would be. Just based off of what the rumors that floated around on why the last um why the other rumors on why it didn't happen yet. So I think it needs to be like more of like, I mean, yeah, I think the next event that comes here, if it's UFC, or I mean the next big event being the UFC, as if because Bellator already came, it would just have to be like a big spectacle, along with the event itself. But like, it has to, like, the magnitude of like two countries or something like that. Just has to, has to pop.
Yeah, I mean, guys like Max Holloway are very passionate about being Hawaiian. And so you find that most guys from Hawaii are very passionate Hawaiians. A lot of them fight out of Hawaii even though they have the opportunity to go compete somewhere else. What got you into the sport? And was it guys like BJ Penn? And I guess what is their legacy on the islands, I guess.
Um, a lot of my family, or several of my family members, were already participating in this sport, like around 1995. Like my uncle Ron John, my dad, my uncle Kuvi Kapa'aluhi, Ray's dad, Ray, and my uncle David Pa'aluhi. They were the first two guys to kind of start, the first two like pioneers of this sport in Hawaii as Hawaiians. Yeah, I don't know if you know Raquel Pa'aluhi, but that's
Yeah.
that's her dad. Yeah, so they were all one team, and so I was around this from a very young age. I've seen like the stuff that I've seen the events and stuff. So I I always just wanted to I always just wanted to do this. And like we have the family foundation to do it, the talent in like that are so close to me to for the help to train and stuff. So um that's all the kind of stuff that helped me help do the yeah, it was an easy choice for me.
So big Hawaiian name Max Holloway is fighting for his title again. Obviously, that's big for Hawaii as he's the first since BJ Penn Hawaiian champion. What's your prediction for that fight? Do you think it's going to go similar to the first, or do you think Max Holloway gets his title back?
I mean, I seen the first fight, and if it goes that way, I thought Max won that first fight. I don't know, man. I maybe have to watch it again. So I thought that I thought Max won the first fight. So I mean, I guess if it goes away the same way, I mean, I think he would win again. But um, I think I'd have to rewatch it and see like how he lost. I know he took some leg kicks and stuff like that, but it just didn't seem like he lost. It wasn't, oh my god, like Max lost his title. I mean, I guess he lost 3-2 on the rounds, but it just didn't feel like he lost his title. So I don't know. Max is good at making adjustments. And yeah, I think he'll come out with the win. Um, Volkanovski, I don't know. I mean, I've seen him fight a bunch of times, but I just feel like I know Max, and I trained in Max. I've seen him like throughout his whole career. So And one thing I know that he will do is make adjustments. So, like if you ask my personal opinion, I think he'll make the right adjustments. That's just Max Holloway.
And that main event, it's a fight between teammates, which is kind of cool to think that two teammates are just willing to throw down for a belt. I love it. Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman. What's your prediction for that one?
That's actually gonna be a good fight. I don't know. Maybe I'll go. I think I'll say Gilbert Burns. He has the momentum. Stylistically, he's not scared to go to the ground, and he's very comfortable standing up. So I think it's a perfect matchup for um, Kamaru Usman to kind of show the part of him that or the complete game. He's kind of like he's fought guys where he wanted to fight every time, and I think Kamaru Usman will put him in situations where Gilbert Burns will put Kamaru Usman in situations that he might not. Gilbert Burns is more experienced at, rather than he fought Tyron Woodley. Kamaru Usman fought Tyron Woodley, and he controlled the clinch. He showed that he was a superior wrestler. Or Kobe Covington, he showed that he kind of gritted out and had the superior stand up or power. But I think Gilbert Burns is comfortable everywhere to where it's gonna be a battle. I think he would put in danger this time.
Have you ever thought?
I don't know if he'll run through Gilbert Burns. I'm not saying Gilbert Burns is gonna run through him, but I just think like we're gonna see like a different side, a more complete game. He's gonna be tested everywhere, and I'm leaning towards Gilbert Burns.
Have you ever thought of a scenario where you may have to fight a teammate?
No, I never thought about that, just because I remember the thought of Hawaii fighters. I mean, I would never fight my teammate on a local stage, and then the thought of Hawaii fighters fight each other on a big stage just seems like it's like a little far fetched. And I mean, this is, don't get me wrong, it's totally possible. Just like the two Hawaii fighters, two guys all the way out in the Pacific gonna come fight on the big stage. Definitely possible, but I just feel like I just never thought about it. No.
And I guess last question, I guess for you is, what sorts of things have you been doing non-MMA related during the pandemic? Because a lot of us have been locked inside. Is there any TV shows, any video games? What have you been up to?
Shoot. I mean, I've been training twice a day still yet. I guess we've been, I don't know, just spending a lot of family time, playing outside with the kids, taking them to the park, doing whatever we can. Actually, I bought like a bunch of stuff for home to play, like a basketball hoop, a bunch of outdoor activities for the kids. Pretty much whatever I can do at home. I mean, I've been staying. It's hard to because I got two girls, and they're like 4 and 1 years old. So it's kind of hard to be just packing up and going and doing whatever you want right now. So I mean, I went on a few hikes, but I was like, that's kind of working out. So yeah, it's kind of hard with kids. I mean, you don't want to take them to anywhere just because they're more susceptible to getting sick. So and at home, I don't know, we try to find movies, kid movies again, and every now and then we're watching a adult movie, like a more like not for little kids, just for when they're in bed. But other than that, nothing really new actually.
So and one last question, sorry, and then I'll let you go. I interviewed Ty Gwerder a little while ago, another Hawaiian.
Yep.
And the entire time, man, I was talking to him. I was like, I got to go to Hawaii. And I've been trying to convince a friend of mine to come to Hawaii with me. What is the selling point from someone who grew up in Hawaii, someone who lives in Hawaii? What would you tell him to convince him to come to Hawaii with me?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know your friend that well, but I don't know. Does he like to? I mean, over here, what I like to do, um, I like to go on hikes and stuff, and a lot of hikes over here have waterfalls, you know. So at the end of the hike, you can enjoy a waterfall, go for a swim. You can just do everything. You can you go to the beach. There's good food. There's a little bit. Of, I don't know. The local food here is pretty good to me. Sushi here is good. So I don't know if you like sushi, but I don't know. I just like the island lifestyle, and not everything is like. I guess we are landlocked, but you can go to the beach, you can go to the mountain in the same day. You know what I mean? I don't know, just lifestyle.
Yeah,
We're
that's
just
what.
used to it. So
Yeah, that's what I hear is the Hawaiian lifestyle is something that you can't get anywhere else. And being from
yeah, I mean,
Canada, obviously the beach sounds amazing.
yeah, and then it's right at your convenience. You can go there. Um, I mean, the island I'm I'm on Oahu. Um, you can it doesn't take you an hour to get to the beach, like the nearest beach. It would never take you like an hour to get to the nearest beach from you. Um, just I mean, if you an hour would take me to like a beach across the island. You know what I mean? But like 15, 20 minutes or even 10 minutes, I can get to the beach. So it's that quick, and it's the same goes for like to go on a hike. Like your nearest hike would be so close. So I mean, your far hikes are going to be long. I mean, your first the longer if you want to go across the island, of course, it's going to take you longer to get there. But I think like conveniency of like going through those type of things is like within like under an hour span either way.
Well, it's funny because I'm in Canada, which is the biggest country, second biggest country in the world. So it's so awesome to hear like you can just in an hour you're on the other side of the island. For me, that's baffling because in an hour I'm pretty much
In
not
the
moving.
same city. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but
I mean, that's yeah. And we're not on the biggest island, but we're on the most populated island. So um, I don't know that's what I mean. Like lifestyle, like I could do the same two things, the same like mountain and sea in the same day, and along the way get good food, and yeah, do it all again tomorrow.
all right,
I
man,
can
great.
I can work out every day without a shirt. I mean, I am like I don't have to worry about like extreme weather. It might rain, but not nothing crazy. So
All right, man. What a great way to end it on talking about Hawaii and how beautiful it is. Thanks for taking the time, man. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we get to see you out there and maybe even Dana White Contender Series, a big win there, and you could be right there knocking at a spot in the UFC.
yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm staying ready. I'm training twice a day just because I'm telling myself I have a fight lined up, just don't know it yet. So that's the mindset I'm going with.
All right, man. All the best. Stay safe. Keep washing your hands. Don't get sick, and hopefully we see you fighting soon.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right,
Except
man.
fighting.
All right, man. All the best.
See you.